4:50 p.m. Transcription available. More track position. Edit, rewind, play button.
Hello, everybody. It is Trevor from Trevor Ross Ministries, and today we're gonna just read, look down through a few things, do one of our things, which is just a read through, and one of the things I said I do is just an independent read with you guys, and not with the radio. So that's what we're gonna do here. So we're gonna go from Galatians all the way to Philemon, and I'm gonna show you something. Galatians chapter 1 and verse 1. I'm gonna be in the first chapter, the first verse of every book until we get to Philemon. Here we go. Paul, an apostle. Right there is where we're gonna stop. Paul, an apostle. Okay. Now we're gonna turn to Galatians 6:15. Okay. All right, so Ephesians chapter 1, verse 1. Paul, an apostle. Okay. Philippians chapter 1, verse 1. Paul and Timotheus, the servants. Okay. Remember these two words all the way through here. Okay. Again, remember these as we go down through here. Apostle and servants are the main two I want you to remember right now. Or are the two I want you to remember right now. Paul and apostle. Right there again. That's Colossians. This is interesting. You'll see what I'm doing here. First Thessalonians 1:1. Paul, okay, this is where we don't have, these are two straight books that don't have anything. So let's go to 1 Timothy chapter number 1 and verse 1. Okay? I promise you're going to understand here in just a quick second. Paul, an apostle. I believe we're going to Titus. No, we're going to 2 Timothy next. Sorry. Getting a little bit ahead of myself. Okay. Here we go. Paul, an apostle. Now Titus, I believe. Oh, wait, hold on. I passed it. Alright, here we go. Titus. Paul, a servant. Now, Philemon, verse 1. This is a part that caught my attention. Paul, a prisoner. So I had consulted my pastor on this one. And if you're like, oh, that's just a Paul's epistles thing. Oh, it is. Alright. Well, 1 Peter chapter 1 and verse 1. Okay. Here it is. Peter, an apostle. Okay? See, that's just one epistle of Peter. Okay. All right. We'll go to second Peter then, if I can learn how to talk. I am blameless if this turns into a full-blown message, okay? I'm just going to say that right now. Simon Peter, a servant, and an apostle. They use both words there. Okay? So, there is a point where you consult more experience. You reach your hand out to the one who's more experienced. Even to you more experienced preachers, there might still be some more experienced preachers than you. So reach out to them on their opinion, on their beliefs, on what they think about the passage you're reading, on why they think that. And if you're a fairly experienced preacher, but you're not full-time, or whatever the case may be, reach out to your pastor who's anytime you just don't have answers, reach out to other people and say, hey, what's going on? Okay, when I asked my pastor about Philemon, he said probably what happened was the Philemon owned a slave. His name was Onesimus. If we would have kept reading, read the whole book, which is only one chapter, that's why we would have read the whole book, we would have
Recording
learned about
147.
Onesimus and how he fled from, how he fled from Philemon. Well, Onesimus fled, came to Paul. Paul led Onesimus to Christ. Philemon was already saved, already a brother in Christ. So Paul wrote this letter to Philemon saying, hey, he might have wronged you, but accept him back into your house as a brother in Christ and forgive him. And so Paul might have just been putting himself in Onesimus' shoes, saying, though I was lost, though I was not without blame, without blemish, without spot, Christ was. Christ forgave me. Now I'm his servant. And back then, servant, slave, and prisoner all meant the same thing. So a prisoner of Jesus is what Paul was. And so that's why he possibly would have done that. So I've got a question for you today. Are you ready to become a prisoner of Jesus Christ? That's my reading and devotion for today. And that's it. Thank you all so much. Bye.